Yo dog, Kenny Boucher, Next Level Painting, hitting you up with another painting tutorial on this glorious Friday, the literal best of all days. All this new stuff in Warhammer 40k, new Space Marines, new Dark Angels, the Demi Battle Company, Gladiator Strike Force. What better day than now to brush off your techniques for painting those rhinos? Part 3 of painting a rhino is going to show you how to paint some new battle damage techniques, utilizing some 3-dimensional and 2-dimensional techniques. Also, simple freehand, geometric freehand techniques. Love it. Never showed you this stuff before. Let's talk about the Long War though, real quick before we jump right into it. TheLongWar.net. You haven't heard. It is your resource for bringing hobby back. It is a portal for early access for all my tutorials, for the battle reports over at The Long War, for Rob Bear's assembling and hobby guides, and fit unboxings and tactical videos. You get a week early, exclusive access to the Beats Laboratory download section, and you get ad-free while it's all up there for that week early. Something new, we have partnered with DiceHead.com. DiceHead Games has 20% off of most GW products right now today. They are offering an additional 6% off with a promo code that you can only find on the Hall of Veterans. So if you become a member today, you get access to this code, and you can go over there and start saving up to 26% off of all sorts of GW product and everything else, everything under the sun. Obviously, I don't need to tell you how important that is with how expensive this game is. When you get an opportunity, sign up to the Hall of Veterans, check out dicehead.com, start saving today. Anyway, let's jump right into this video. Let's do this thing. Part 3, Space Wolf Rhino. I love rhinos, no secret. But what I love even more is Space Wolves. Check out this fresh technique I'm about to show you guys. This is really simple. Scratches. 3-dimensional looking scratches with just 2D paint. Now, if you're a stranger to the world of freehand, don't worry. This is easy. Step 1. Draw thin scratches in a slashing motion. Usually go against the grain here. Use a darker color, but use a color that it's familiar to the palette already. This gray, we already used it as a neutral gray in an earlier video. I'm gonna draw a couple of nice scratches, and it's very important to make them as parallel as possible, like nice and straight with each other so that they look like they came from the same slash. Skinny, thin, and spend some time. You see the texture of it going from one raised surface to a lower surface. It looks really fresh. Here's how you make it look 3D. Come back in with a lighter gray that you used with a little light mixed into it. Draw a thinner highlight on the bottom of the scratch. That's why it's important for these scratches to kind of be a little bit against the grain here. And you can see they look 3-dimensional. It's really simple. That highlight really makes it look like they're there. Very simple, very easy to do, and a nice little introduction into the world of freehand with simple geometric shapes. But I'm going to show you a couple more really simple, freehand techniques as we move forward in this video. But first, let me just tell you, this technique is very fun, and I welcome the challenge of all things in all hobby, because this is just a hobby. So anyway, let's paint these fields real quick. Hit them black. Now these little sections of these rhinos, I don't know what they're for, except that I think that they're for putting squad identification marks on and numbers and stuff. So I'm going to paint them black, really simple, using some Vallejo air, and then I'm going to start painting some simple geometric runes. This is a simple, hourglass symbol. This is, I guess, a runic symbol. I found it online. It's supposed to mean day, I think, like daylight or daytime. Really simple. Take a dark gray, mix it with your black, trace the shape on nice and easy. And, don't get mad if it's not perfectly geometric, man. Like, it's, people hand paint cool stuff on their vehicles in the military. Like, you see these old videos, these people painting these awesome pinup girls. Yo, you got what you got. But here's how you clean it up. I'm gonna come in there and highlight it with some of those whites and grays like we talked about, and then take the black out and paint the negative space back and around it to sharpen the edges up. Really simple technique, ancient Chinese trick, been around since the dawn of time. I'm gonna spruce it up with a fun couple of, gray highlights in the black field, just make it look angry. Simple, like really simple. Don't overthink it, just have fun with it, man, because it is a hobby. And I'm gonna start drawing numbers on the other side because there's 4 vehicles, so I'm gonna number them 1 through 4. I'm gonna do a cool little stylized 4 here. Highlight it with some whites and some grays like we talked about. Really easy, really methodical. And I'm even gonna paint some words in the field around it, like some text. Awesome drinking songs from the Space Wolf chapter, the Legion's 99 bottles of beer on the wall equivalent. Did them all. Assembly line as usual. Like I said, I don't just do one thing at a time. And you can see they're all fresh, they're all clean, and they're all sharp. I didn't go into it too deep in this episode, but I wanted to show you these murals on the side that I painted. Really simple. I'm not the best mural guy, like I'll tell you, I'll be straight up with you. But I tried to paint some moons setting over an ocean in grayscale with some clouds going over the moon for texture. The idea is that they are to contrast the symbol of day with an image of night. Simple, nerding out, just doing some hobby things. Let's move forward. Let's do the lenses. I chose green because traditional blues and reds, I don't think we're going to work here because we already have so much blue in this gray, and red is going to be predominant in the hatch that we're going to come through. So I'm going to do Iosin green, which is my heat. Like, anytime you see next level painting greens, it's Iosin green for Privateer Press, and followed by a highlight from Necrotite green, also Privateer Press. 2 best greens in the biz. Do yourself a favor, order them up. You'll love them. We're going to also use this same green combination to paint these little windshields under this little cover flap here. Real simple, hit them up with the greens, highlight them loosely. Don't go so beast mode on the detail on them because the flap's going to be closed most of the time. Paint the details in on the windshield wipers and drop a clutch little wash in there. It'll be fine. I'm not even going to bother showing you the wash because it is very simple. If you've seen my videos, you know that how to do washing by now. But I'm just trying to show you, hit all these details because they are going to matter. And speaking of wash, the next step is obviously we got to wash some of these really clean metals that we painted. One of my techniques is always to utilize black, non-oil. One of the best washes in the business. GW still makes really good washes. Their formula used to be a little bit different. Some washes are better now, some washes are worse. I really like their glaze game. And I'll tell you, you saw those headlights. I'm going to wash those headlights black, and when they dry, I'm going to drop a little glaze, a little blue or a little green glaze over the lens to make it look like it's just it's a highlight for the color of the lens, and the lights are off, So I'm not just going to let the black wash do all the work there. It's a little trick. But yet again, very easy. Anyone could do it. I'm here to just show you all the steps. Let's jump right into these hatches that we started airbrushing in the last video. And we're going to start highlighting the edges. You can see why I kept them apart here because I'm going to highlight the inner edges. I'm going to use Scarlet Red from Vallejo Air and a little Troll Blood Orange. Love this color, Troll Slayer Orange. I always use them in conjunction. I love the burnt umber to the red transition with these. I'm going to highlight these edges nice and crisp with this orange. Super simple, super clean, as I always talk about. Be methodical, be patient. This is a hobby. You don't want to rush it, man. But sometimes you do, and that's what the airbrush is about. The airbrush is about getting big areas of color laid out quick. But this is the next level process. All that time you save, we put it back in the back end here. We're going to be applying a lot of fun little details that we normally wouldn't have time to do because we airbrush so much. But also, the airbrush is not as easy as a lot of people think it is. Gotta use the right equipment, you gotta have the right PSI. Anyway, scratches. This is what everyone's been waiting for. We're going to take burnt umber, which is my favorite little trick for red, and I'm going to start drawing in the beginnings of the scratches on these red hatches. Super simple, super easy. Be very thin with the paint here. You don't want to fuck it up by making it go too thick. It's a bitch to fix. So here we are, we got a couple of scratches. And then we're going to come in with that Troll Slayer Orange with a little of that Scarlet Red, and we're going to highlight these little reverse edges here. And it gives you all these cool little three-dimensional scratch marks. Not as easy to do on the surface of a vehicle, but it's all about hitting those textures. And you'll see when I glue them on the Rhinos, I'll leave the hatches kind of disheveled and busted up like those Space Wolves. Thunderwolves been running over them, scratching them up, just trying to get to the enemy. Anyway, thanks for checking out this video, guys. Thanks for checking out that video. Don't forget, I've got tons of other tutorials in the archives, and I do this every week for free. If you're looking for an ad-free experience, check out thelongwar.net. All these videos come out a week early with exclusive access and exclusive downloads and ad-free. Also, check out my best friend Rob Bear at Spiky Bits and of course the Long War YouTube channel for all the freshest battle reports. Thanks for watching.